Warm welcome to all the students. I'm Chef Preeti Sinhan, an assistant professor at AISSMS CHMCT College of Shivajinagar, Pune. As a faculty, I teach the food production subject there. This PPT is on the topic fats and oils. In that, I'm going to explain to you the types of fats and oil, the varieties and catering uses of that, plus the terminology of hydrogenation and rendering of fat. In regular life, you all know what is fats and oil. You have seen in the kitchen, we regularly use this as a medium of cooking at home, at commercial level, you must have seen. But sometimes we think, what is that made up of? What is the oil and fat is made up of? So let's discuss that. Fats are made up of 3 fatty acids attached to one end to a 3 carbon molecules called glycerin. Simply stating that fatty acids is a chain of carbon atoms. Now the degree of saturation determines some of its properties that used in the kitchen. Now these fatty acids are divided into again 2, unsaturated and saturated. A fat high in saturated fatty acids is solid at room temperature, that is a true fat. A fat that is high in unsaturated fatty acids is liquid at room temperature, which is called oil. So again, the saturated fatty acids are divided into 3, animal fat, hydrogenated fat and butters. As we go further, I will explain to you under that what comes and how it is made up of and what it is. So fats and oil, a fat that is high in unsaturated fatty acids is liquid at room temperature, which is called oil. A fat which is high in saturated fatty acids, it's solid at room temperature, that is a true fat. Over here I can give you the example of solid at room temperature. Those are your butter, your margarine, your tallows, the animal fat mostly. And the fatty acids which are liquid at the room temperature, those are called oil, and those we all know. They are taken out from seeds, from fruits, and some of the example are like that. So let's go through first with the oil. Oils. Oils are removed from oil-containing seeds by pressing, solvent extraction, or a combination of these processes. Vegetable oils are used to produce shortening, margarine, salad dressing. For an example, groundnut oil, coconut oil, sesame, sunflower, mustard, soybean, corn, palm, olive oil, etc. These are some of the examples. As I have already explained to you, oils are liquid at ordinary temperature. Only exception is coconut oil, which solidifies at low temperature. Now these oil is also divided into different I would say category under name from which they are obtained from. So first is seeds oil. So with the oil which are obtained from the seeds or which are extracted from the seeds comes under that, like sesame seeds, sesame oil, mustard seeds, mustard oil, like that. The second one comes fish oil. For an example, the cod liver fish, which is oily fish. The oil is extracted from that fish. Now the third one is cereal oil. There are under cereal, there are so many like rice, soybean, corn. From these cereals, the oil has been extracted. So this comes under this classification. The next one is fruit oil. Under that, the groundnuts, the olive oil, olives are fruit. From that, the oil has been extracted, which comes under this. So that is olive oil. Next is nut oil, like coconut, almond, that is in that category. Next is flower-based oil, like the aromatic oils usually comes under that, which is like lavender, rose, jasmine, all these come under this category. So these are your types of oil. These are some of the pictures which I've given you the example. In that, fish oil, soybean oil, sunflower, olive oil, mustard oil, sesame oil, or coconut oil. These are the pictures you can understand with. Now we'll move to fats. What are fats? Fats are solid at ordinary temperature and melt when heated. For an example, ghee, dalda, which comes under hydrogenated fat, margarine, butter, lard. These are your, again, animal fats, sweat, tallow, all these are there. Now we'll go one by one with animal fats. Under that, the first one is lard. What is lard? Lard is a processed fat of pig. The fat mainly comes from the lung and kidney region, the part of their body. It is processed mainly by the wet method of processing, in which the fat is rendered in large vats by live stream at a high pressure. This is one of the rendering method. Rendering means extracting the fat from the, it's a process. Lard is recent year has been partly hydrogenated to improve its plasticity and also to make it more resistant to rancidity. Rancidity where the shelf life goes shorter. So we need to reduce the rancidity, or we have to develop the quality where the rancidity becomes lesser. The creaming property of lard are usually not as good as many of the special shortening. Lard may be rendered by either of two processes, wet rendering or dry rendering. Both the processes can be used. The next we'll move to suet. Suet is raw beef or mutton fat, especially the fat around the lung and kidneys. It is used to make everything from candles to Christmas puddings. It is one of the most popular bird food also. The primary use of suet is make tallow, although it is also used as an ingredient in cooking also. Suet is made into tallow in a process called rendering again, which involves melting and extended simmering, followed by straining, cooling, and usually a repetition of the entire process. Unlike suet, tallow can be stored for extended period without refrigeration at a room temperature that stays for longer time. Suet is essential to use in making the pastries for steamed steak or kidney pudding, for an example. Next, we will move to tallow. Tallow is a form of rendering fat, classically made from beef, although technically any animal could be used as a source of tallow. Vegetarian version of tallow made from plants such as the tallow tree are also available, although the composition of plant-based tallow is slightly different from that of traditional tallow, because again the fatty acids will be different. As long as tallow is stored in an airtight container in a cool environment, it can keep for an extended period of time, unlike suet, which will become rancid. The composition of fat in tallow causes it to be solid and white at room temperature, and properly rendered tallow is odorless and tasteless. That is the quality of this. Now we'll move to the term which is known as hydrogenation. So what do we mean by hydrogenation? It is the addition of hydrogen. Hydrogen is introduced to oil, liquid oil. Oil is liquid at the room temperature. So hydrogen is introduced to oil under pressure in the presence of catalyst. Usually nickel is used. This converts the unstable oil to the stable fat. So the liquid oil turns into the solid fat. That is known as hydrogenation. The next is butter. We all are very much aware and we all like this taste. Butter is the finest fat available in terms of flavor, mouthfeel, and richness. Normally, butter is at least 80% milk fat, 0.1% milk solids, 1.5% of 1.5 to 2% salt, and 16% of water. So it has a moisture also. High quality raw butter will be creamy and without grain. When cooked, it will be pale into deep yellow color. The flavor should be rich, mellow, and when heated, nuttiness should be there. It is available in a number of sizes and several forms like whipped, salted, unsalted, or bulk. These are. So, the flavor and color of butter produces will vary depending upon the type of breed of the animal, which animal we are taking the milk from, feed given to the animal, method of manufacture. It's fresh cream they are using or ripened cream they are using. Salt and coloring added, at what stage they are adding that, and method of packing and storing. That decides the color, whether it will be light yellow to pale yellow or darker yellow. There are under butter, there are many special butters which comes. Some of them are like whey butter, that is watery liquid, separates from whey and has a slightly cheesy flavor. Compound butter made by adding coloring accompaniment for grilled or fried food, for example, Maitre Hotel. Shrimp butter, garlic butter, mustard butter, anchovy butter, like that. Milk blended butter next is butter to which milk is added, thus removing moisture. Then butter vegetable fat spread made by using cream or vegetable oil with low melting point, like soybean oil is added to it. Next is cacao butter, pale colored, strong colored paste, solid, it is brittle from cacao beans used in manufacturing of chocolate. It is very, very expensive and it is a very, very good quality of fat. Next is peanut butter. Actually, it's not a true butter. It's very famous among children and I would say adult also. Not a true butter, but it is a paste of roasted and ground peanuts. Now we'll move to margarine. Margarine is used as a substitute for butter because it's a cheaper, that has a shelf life is more. It has a lesser amount of moisture in it. It is a mixture of vegetable oils that is hydrogenated to a point of being plastic in form and should contain 80% of fat. Straw yellow color should be free of aromas and flavors. It has a higher smoke point, which differs from brand to brand also, but yes, it has a higher smoke point. It should have a texture similar to butter. Now, what are the catering uses of all the oils and fats? We all know in bakery it has been used a lot. So as an ingredient in bread, biscuits, etc. It gives flavor to the product. So very good flavoring agent. It gives a good appearance when there is a fat. It gives a very good appearance. It gives a good shine on the product. It improves keeping quality of the product. That means it increases the shelf life. Holds the moisture and thus prevents product from drying. As a shortening, we use in biscuits, each strand is coated with fat that does not allow water to mix and form the elasticity of gluten, and makes it a shortening kind of a quality. It breaks easily and it's crisp. It has a capacity to incorporate air, which helps to give volume to the product. Like in cream cakes, in heavy cakes, I would say pound cake and all, where we cream the butter and the sugar together and it incorporates with the creaming method, we mix it and it gives a nice creamy and light mixture for making the cakes. It adds to the nutritional value as fat is a concentrated source of energy and carrier of some important fat soluble vitamins. It used in frying, act as a medium for transfer of heat. It prevents the food from drying and also adds color to the meats while roasting. It used as spreads for sandwiches. Rendering of fat, we'll move to this. What do we mean by rendering of fat? It is a process of extracting fats from fatty tissues. There are mainly two ways, dry rendering method and wet rendering method. So what is a dry rendering method? In dry rendering, the fat is exposed to high heat in a pan or oven without the presence of water. Like similar to frying bacon, when we fry the bacon, the fat oozes out, right? Dry rendering lard is somewhat more brown in color and flavor and has relatively lower smoking point. We'll move to next, which is wet rendering method. In wet rendering, pig fat is boiled in water or steam at a higher temperature in the lard, which is insoluble in water. So is skimmed off of the surface of the mixture and it is separated in an industrial centrifugal method. Wet rendering lard has more neutral flavor, a lighter color and a higher smoking point. Next is clarification of fat. It is the process of removing impurities from fat. Fat and water are boiled together. The impurities being lighter float on the top. A lump of fat is obtained after cooling, which float on the top. Like we do ghee, clarified butter, it's known as ghee. The way we do it, that is a clarification of fat. Thank you so much, everyone. I will be sharing a link, a questionnaire link. All the ASSMS should attend that, students should attend that. Thank you so much. If you have any query, please feel free to drop a mail on my mail ID, which is preetiyogesh@gmail.com. Thank you. Have a good day.